Celebrity Death Pool 2023. Celebrity Death Pool 2023. Celebrity Death Pool 2023.
What's up, fellas? It is our 2023 Death Pool. Shut Up Cincinnati presents. We'll go completely backwards there. Say the name of the pool and then the name of the podcast. But yeah, we're Shut Up Cincinnati. This is episode 160, and this is our annual Celebrity Death Pool. As you can see, Chris is looking quite beautiful today. He has the smoke effect going. Just looking natural. I got my death robe on. I forgot to get my sash out the whole time. Where the fuck they call these?
Scythe.
Scythe. I got my scythe, and we're ready. We're ready to do some death pool
today, people.
All right. So if you guys don't know the rules to the death pool, here's how it goes. Each contestant is going to pick out 10 people that they believe have a chance to die this year. For each person that dies, what you do is you take their age, say they were 63 years old, and you subtract that from 100. All right, so that would be 37 points if they were 63 years old. And you add them up at the end of the year. The winner of this pool gets a nice, mediocre bottle of liquor, because that's how we roll. All right, and actually, the last year, they got a decent bottle.
That was a great bottle.
Yeah, they got some Wellers last year. So you might luck out where Chris might get a free bottle of liquor from a cuck and hand it off.
I think you're looking at probably $50. We'll do on the winner.
Yeah. We're not going to go out and get you some Old Crow.
Yeah.
But we're also not going to go out there and get you some Pappy. You know,
no. So say $50 and whatever you want.
Between, I guess, is where we're heading.
So the bottom line is the winner is going to profit from people's death. I hope you can live with that.
I can live with that.
I can live with that. I've never won.
I've always said from the beginning, it's not that I want them to die, but if they're gonna die, I may as well get something out of it.
Agreed.
You know, no one wants to lose mom and dad. But when mom and dad die and you get a big inheritance, it makes it a little bit better. It makes it a little bit easier to go by.
It's not like the funeral director sitting there going, I wish you would die. But he's going to make a little money if you do.
Yeah. One of my best friends growing up, his dad was a funeral director. One of the nicest guys. He didn't want you to die. But if you did, it's going to cost you about $20,000.
You might as well die for him.
Yeah, you may as well die for him. Why not?
So we're going to read everybody's list off and get a chance to dump on the ones that literally have no choice or no chance to die. And maybe give our, we got the ages already here of what they are right now. Now, this is the age they are right at this minute.
Yeah, and if you want to see their picture, watch the YouTube. I'll have their pictures up and stuff as I go through. What we did is, we got all the ages together. We're going to go through, read each list, give our opinion of it. Also, we have average ages of each person's lists. Some people... Our lowest is quite surprising to me. I think that had to be the lowest average age that's ever happened.
All he's got to do is get one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is the thing. But that's what you risk. And then our oldest, the average isn't that old. I guess I had some people to bring it down. But, hey, let's get right to it. Number 1, we're going to go with Chris. Chris, read us your death pool.
My death pool, I reached a little bit on a couple of these. My first choice is Robert De Niro.
Good old Rob.
Robert De Niro.
He's in town right now. You might be able to catch him.
He's 70 years old, and
he's 79.
79.
Yeah.
Number 2, Martina Navratilova. Now, it's not that I'm not a tennis fan, but she was diagnosed with 3 different kinds of cancer this year.
I think it was 2 different kinds this year, and she survived one in the past. And one of them is a return. It's not a
Don't want you to die?
Yes. But it's not looking good. So you may as well go with her.
Right.
And 66, that seems old, but in the death pool, that's not that old.
34 points wins this year.
Now, the problem is it doesn't win because there's 4 different people that have her. So.
But I'm saying if I were the only one and
yes.
she went, I would get it.
Yeah, 34. Well, last year the winner had 35. Actually, you know what? I think we've been in the high 30s every year. We've only done it 2 years, but last year was 35, and I think before I had 39 or something like that.
Right.
All right.
My number 3, Mick Mars, guitar player for Motley Crue.
Mick Mars has looked dead for 15 years. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I should count this.
He's literally leaning against amp stacks 5 years ago when I saw him, just to stay up.
I want a reliable doctor to make sure he's not already dead before I give you points.
You see his fingers moving? He's still playing. Mick,
he can still jam, dude.
I know he can.
He can still jam.
And that's why he's still up there. Number 4, I got to go with Ozzy.
Ozzy's not looking good. There's 3 other people that picked Ozzy, including myself, I believe.
Moved back to England to be with the family.
He went back there to die.
Yeah, that's what he went there for.
He wouldn't die in America. He even said he didn't want to die in America.
My number 5, I went with last year.
Hey, by the way, fuck you, Ozzy. America's good enough to die in, goddammit.
Hell yes. You made all your money here.
Yeah, shut up, Ozzy. Anyways.
Number 5, Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox was on 7 people's list. He may have been, I think he was the most chose this year.
Was he really?
I think he was the most chose.
Well, I mean, the Parkinson's is a bitch, and eventually it's going to get you. He's had it really bad for years.
He has. I don't know enough about Parkinson's. I guess that just doesn't take you out completely, does it? It just makes you a shaky mess?
No, my ex-brother-in-law passed from Parkinson's.
Okay, it does kill you eventually?
And I think it took him, was diagnosed for like 10 years, and then he finally died.
Well, I guess it's different for different people. Just like we had a friend that died from ALS, and it only took like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Where the one dude that was in the wheelchair for Stephen Hawking's, he lived forever with that shit. So
right.
I guess it depends.
Willie Nelson.
He outsmarted it.
I would hate to see this one. Love Willie. Love him, but my God, he looks like a corpse.
Hey, if Willie Nelson's gonna go, can he wait to the end of the year? Reason being is our chief songwriter, who, by the way, shout out to our new Deathpool theme song he wrote. You already got sick of it?
It's hot.
All right, I got to make sure I get the cover picture for that. Anyways, Adam, he's going on a cruise with Willie Nelson this summer.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's playing with one of the bands that's opening up. I forget the name of his band, but
Hey, Adam, little shove when he's leaning on the rail.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get Adam to fuck Sheryl Crow because Sheryl Crow is also going to be on it. Adam's a happily married man, but
you really think Sheryl Crow would fuck Adam?
Shut up, man. Let's not crush dreams. I want to say one of my friends fucked Sheryl Crow.
She's hotter now than she was.
Anyhow, I just don't die, Willie, until at least like December if you're going to pass.
My number 7 choice, 70-year-old Pee Wee Herman. That fucker, ever since he got caught jerking off in the movie theater, he's totally obscure. You don't even know who he is anymore, where the fuck he is. One day he's just going to say, what the fuck am I doing here?
He made that comeback a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm saying
where he tried to do the Pee Wee thing again, and everybody's like, this doesn't work as like an old man, dude. This is just coming off really creepy, especially knowing who he is at this point.
Yeah.
Knowing
that he was standing in front of it, sitting in a movie theater whacking his dick.
Yeah, but I feel like it's unfair. Isn't that movie theater meant for whacking your dick?
Yeah, but not if you're famous, dude.
I guess, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a whole movie theater of people jerking off. Like, why is Pee Wee the bad guy?
Because he's
that's
famous.
That's literally why you're there. If you're there and you're mad that other people are jerking off, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, but
no one goes to the jerk house and gets mad when people jerk.
You're not going to sell 10 million papers if Mark Jones is over there jacking off.
True.
It's not going to happen.
No, I get it. I understand why it went famous, but I'm just saying I never got super judgy about that. You know,
I didn't either.
Like, people acted like he was this, like, crazy, like, peeping on kids and kind of shit.
Oh,
it's
no,
like, no,
he was in an adult movie theater.
He was jerking off some regular ass shit. Yeah. All right. Anyways, next.
My next pick, number 8, is Jonah Hill. You can't lose and gain 150 pounds a year and have your heart survive.
You're right. That is bad for you.
He goes from huge to skinny to huge to skinny. Oh, I got to gain my weight back for a movie role. Oh, I got to get skinny for a movie role. Dude, it's going to kill your heart.
Yeah, that's not good. But he has great mental health apparently nowadays. Have you seen his most recent
great mental health
documentary where he brings a shrink on, and that's a whole thing. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the heart thing. You just can't get fat and skinny every other week.
It doesn't seem healthy.
My next one is genius. I think, am I the only one that's got my next one? R. Kelly.
You're the only one that had Jonah Hill and Pee Wee Herman also.
R. Kelly already received 26 years for his first offense. He still has 3 other things to be sentenced for. If he gets 50, 60 years total in prison, he's either going to off himself or somebody in there is going to whack him.
I don't think someone's going to whack him. I think R. Kelly in jail is still a bit of a hero for whatever reason.
But he's still a diddler.
But I could see him.
He's still a diddler.
Yeah, you're right.
His next charge he's being fucking sentenced for is underage,
but they're
minor.
Not.
That's not going to stop a white supremacist group or something like that.
Before I say this, I'm not defending R. Kelly. He should be in jail for a long time. But they were 15, 16-year-olds at least. They weren't like 9-year-olds.
I don't think in prison they care about that.
Really? Okay, see, I I do look at diddlers in different levels. You know, they're all sick, they're all whatever. But the guy that's fucking 5-year-olds is much worse than the guy fucking 15-year-olds.
Much worse, and he's going to get it quicker. But a lot of these convicts that are in there for life and whatever, blah, 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 they look at their 15-year-old daughter as a child.
Understood that.
Someone's going to whack his ass.
Yeah.
Number 9, that was R. Kelly. Number 10, I'm going with Fonzie. Henry Winkler from Happy Days.
Only 2 people had him.
Someone else had him?
Someone else did have him. I don't remember who. We'll get to it. He's 77. That's not that old, man.
No, it's not that old. And
I don't know why he
was
seems
the coach.
healthy.
He was the coach in Waterboy, and ever since I've seen him, he's gained 10 years every year.
Yeah.
He's old.
I work with a guy named Greg who gains 10 years every other day. So I mean, like, you know.
Oh, the Punisher.
Yeah. The Punisher. I love you, buddy, but you've aged 20 years in 5 months.
So, what is the average age of my list?
68. Your average was 68, which was right. Actually, that was maybe high average. You know, maybe, but it was. But the 60s were average. I'll say that.
A couple good ones in there.
Yeah, the 60s were average. All right, let's get to my list. I got Bam Margera to start off. I've seen him in interviews recently. He looks like shit.
He's bigger than you.
Yeah, he's a big fat fuck. His face is like that sometime. I don't know if he stroked out at some point or another. He can't give up the drugs no matter what. He's starting to look like his dad. Remember, his dad was a giant fat fuck.
He still is.
Yeah, I think his dad died.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, poor Bam. He's probably gonna die. My next up is Bruce Willis. Now, Bruce Willis has some kind of disease, which I don't know what the fuck it is. It's aphasia?
It's in his brain.
It's some kind of brain thing.
He can't pronounce words.
I don't think that'll kill him. I'm not sure.
I don't think it will.
But maybe he'll get so depressed that he's not making movies. This is the guy that even when he lost movie stardom, like as far as like A-list kind of guy, he's pumping out 5 movies a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just bullshit movies. Bruce Willis is like Nick Cage. He'll sign anything.
Yeah.
He'll just, let's go.
Nick Cage has a new movie, too.
Well, he has a new movie every time we have a show.
Yeah.
Like that guy constantly. And then Bruce Willis was the same way. He's a local hero to me as a guy that tipped very well when he visited our casino.
I've always loved
Bruce
Willis.
I love me some Bruce Willis. I'd hate to see him go, but I aim for people with sicknesses of some sort usually. So Bruce Willis, you're on my list, buddy. I'm sorry. You're also on 4 other people's list, though, so I don't feel that special. My third, and I'm the only one that has her, and I've been saying this for a while, Britney Spears. Britney Spears has a pill problem. I don't care what anybody says. Britney Spears loves herself some pills.
But she's gotten better.
No, she just released some video recently of her just like mumbling all sorts of weird shit. She had a recent episode. She has an episode about once a month where everybody's like, oh, she's fucking nuts. I think Britney's going to die. I think Britney's going to overdose. I don't know if it'll be this year. But she don't have her shit together. I don't care what kind of feminist hero she is because she got free from her dad. She's still a crazy person.
All right. Fair enough.
Martina Navratilova, like we just said, she has breast cancer, stage 1 right now, 66 years old. Me and Chris both agree she probably don't got much time. Next, Ozzy. You've already explained. Fuck you, Ozzy, there for wanting to die in England. Next, Shannon Doherty. We have 3 people on that.
She was on my list the first year we did
Well,
this.
she has stage 4 breast cancer at this point.
Oh, does she?
So it's getting worse.
I thought she was just a suicidal whack job when I put her on my list.
I just always thought that breast cancer was one of those things you could just cut your tits off and cure. I don't know how it works.
No, because it spreads. It metastasizes.
All right.
How you like that word?
That is a nice one. Number 7, Marianne Faithfull. Now, she's an old flash in the pan. She was pretty much famous for fucking Mick Jagger and doing a couple of his songs. She is looking awful these days.
She's what, 76?
Yeah, 76. She's not looking well, man. So Marianne, might be your time. This one saddens me because I appreciate her. Tina Turner.
Love her.
Tina Turner's 83 years old. There's 2 people that had her, by the way. She's 83 years old. She's had a stroke. She's had cancer. She's had kidney failure. She almost died from COVID last year. She's not doing well. She moved to like Switzerland or something like that with her man, and I think you're not going to get many more years of Miss Tina Turner. She retired from music a while ago anyway, so you'll never see her perform again. But Tina Turner's wasting away, unfortunately. Number 9.
You went after Duran.
Andy Taylor, man, he has stage 4 prostate cancer. The guy's going to die. Sorry.
And I did recently see they did Duran did a concert at Wembley. I saw it on YouTube. He did it about 3 years ago. And Andy Taylor, even though he's old, Still looked like he was getting around the stage fine. Mm-hmm. Then he did a show last year.
Yeah.
And he looked 150 years old.
Well, he's about to die.
Yeah.
Poor Andy. I wasn't the only one that had him. Jimmy also had him, which I was surprised. I thought that was my good one to me. I was like,
Andy Taylor?
He's probably going to die, and not many people even fucking know who he is.
Well, and if you were smart, you'd put Simon Le Bon, who was so heartbroken that Andy Taylor died that he whacked himself.
Oh, well, that may happen. The other Duran?
The lead singer, yeah.
Number 10 is Virgil. Virgil from the WWE. Anybody remembers him? He was Ted DiBiase's right-hand man. He's not looking good these days. Virgil probably don't got much time left. He's 60 years old. I always love throwing me an old WWE guy on because they tend to die a little bit younger than others because they beat the shit out of themselves for fucking 50 years. So that's it. That's my list. My average age was 62, which was low average. So I feel pretty good about it. Let's see. All right, next up, our first contestant that's not us, Kimmy. She hit us with a good one right off the bat. Right off the bat. When I read this, and I didn't know it was Kimmy from work until a little bit later, but oh my God, Blanket Jackson. She picked Blanket. And I don't, and Kimmy's got kind of a theme going on here that kind of coincides with her politics, which I understand for the next few of them, but Blanket was just out of left field. But then again, I did find out why I'm doing research on Blanket to see the age and stuff. Blanket all of a sudden did an interview and is apparently a real environmentalist type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could see that pissing off Kimmy. So, you know what I mean? So maybe that's why Blanket ended up on the list.
He's a child. He's 20
years old.
And if he didn't die from being hung out of a balcony window, you know what I mean? Hung over a balcony, he's probably going to make it. I'm not really sure. I love the weirdness of the pick, but
Blanket Jackson's one. It was probably my favorite pick on the list. That probably isn't going to win, but if it wins, man, that's almost a guaranteed bottle for Kimmy.
Yeah. 80?
Yeah. Come on. All right, her next one's Kim Kardashian. That's seems like a wish list for a lot of people. No one else has her. She's only 42. She seems rather healthy. The
only way she dies is if
Kanye kills
crazy
her.
Kanye kills her.
I can see Kanye knocking her off. All right. Number 3, Nancy Pelosi. She looks like Skeletor. She's almost out. Anytime now. Anytime now, Nancy's going to die. I did find out recently that, you know how her husband got hit with a hammer?
Yeah.
Well, crazy-ass Nancy got an exorcist into the house and got all the bad demons out of the house after that happened. So what I'm saying is the person that we've trusted to help run our country for the last fucking however many years is getting a goddamn exorcist at our house to get the crazy demons out.
Number 3 in line for the presidency.
You crazy cunt. All right. Next up, speaking of presidency, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's 80. I doubt he's going to die, but Jesus Christ, he's old. All right, next up, Alex Baldwin, 64.
Alec Baldwin. Now, that's a good one because he did just get charged with manslaughter.
Alex. He can go fuck himself with it.
He actually has 2 manslaughter charges against him right now.
Yeah, the thing with Alec Baldwin to me, though, is he's not going to off himself.
No.
That guy thinks more of Alec Baldwin than anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people like that don't kill themselves.
But he's
blaming everyone else. He might try to kill whoever the prop gun guy.
When he goes to court for that, I can easily see fucking cardiac arrest if he gets any time at all.
Oh, if they tell him that he's going into jail, he's just going in the shock because he thinks he's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Number 6 is Tony Bennett, who is 96.
Get 1 point? You get 4.
You get 4 points. So I mean, that gets you on the board. And I did have a couple people. Paul told me this. Daddy White. I think Alex did. They like getting on the board. It doesn't even matter. They just need something to get on the board, and then we'll go from there. I understand that. It's like when I'm at work, I want to drop that first tip. No matter what. Yeah. If it's $1, a quarter, or 100, I want that first one to go in the box. Break the seal. Here we go. I understand. All right. Our next up is Celine Dion. There's 2 people that had her, and she has something which I didn't know even existed because it sounds hilarious. She has stiff person syndrome.
Is that real?
I don't know, but it sounded like it was named by a retarded doctor. If so,
well, right now, if you see her right now, she looks like a skeleton.
Yeah. Here's the problem, sir. Is you're real stiff. You're real. You can't move much. Let's name this stiff person syndrome. That's what she has, apparently. I don't think that can kill you, though. I'm not sure. But I think apparently it fucks with you pretty bad.
And like I said, she didn't weigh 90 pounds when I saw her.
Yeah, I think it's similar to what Mick Mars has. I know they're different, but I think it does a similar thing to him where eventually you just can't fucking move your body without being in extreme pain.
She's 54, so you're talking 46 points there.
It's a big one. Yeah. She was actually, that's younger than I thought. I thought Celine would be in her 60s.
No, her husband was like 90, but she's not.
All right, number 8, she put Bruce Caitlyn Jenner. She can't can't give that full name to Caitlyn. It's still Bruce and Caitlyn to Kimmy, but that's fine.
Not happening.
No, Miss Jenner, Mr. Jenner, whatever Jenner is 73 and seems to be in pretty good fucking health.
And spirits and everything else.
Yeah, it seems
she's
pretty
a happy
happy.
woman. She's
all right. 9, Bruce Willis. She also, and then 10, Michael J. Fox. We've been over both of those. Kimmy has a solid list. The average was 64, which, I thought would have been younger with the Kardashian and the blanket, but then she also threw the Tony Bennett on, which is going to get your average quite up there.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we'll just go straight down. Next up is old Kevin Connerly. What do we call him? O'Connor. Kevin O'Connor. Yeah, Kevin O'Connor. Kevin O'Connor, such a nice guy, such a positive guy. And then right off the bat, it's your number 1, Damar Hamlin.
That's a terrible pick. He's healthy.
Ooh.
He's getting healthier.
Damar Hamlin.
No B in that.
All right, before we get started, let me say it. It's not Damar Hamlin. That's my asshole. My asshole is, and I don't know if you heard about this or not, but Damar Hamlin came to the Bengals-Bills game the other day, and he was up in the box and whatever. The conspiracy theorists say that was a clone. They're all out there saying that was a clone. If you notice, he had his hood up and he had a mask on and everything else. You couldn't really see him through the snow and everything else. And all the conspiracy theorists are saying that was not him. That was a clone. That was a body double. That was whatever. And it's further proof he probably died because of the vaccine. And now they're putting him out there to cover it up. The body double. He even posted a picture the next day on his own Instagram in the same outfit next to the big painting of him. It just says clone.
Oh, he did? As a joke?
Yeah, as a joke. But, he's going along with it. He was wearing the exact same outfit that he was wearing at the Bills game and everything.
True, you couldn't see his face.
You're a fucking asshole, though. Come on. A clone? Shut the fuck up. Where are these people? It's just every little thing that happens. It's always something, Every time anyone dies nowadays, these motherfuckers, a vaccine! Every time, just shut the fuck up, you weirdos.
My asshole is right there with it. And I don't mean this to sound the way it's going to, but I guess I have no choice. Mayor Aftab Purival.
Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's mayor, for all of you that aren't around.
Yeah, they had a huge awards ceremony at the UC hospital for all the doctors and the nurses and the staff that saved Damar Hamlin, and they gave him this big key to the city and this award. And great, you know what? You saved a man's life. You represented the city well.
They save people's lives every day.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know what he actually said? He said 2 things that pissed me off. The first one, he says, "You saved a man's life for the whole world to see."
Well,
and the next thing he said is, yes, horrible tragedy, a man almost died, but if you're going to do it, what a great place you chose to do it in.
He chose.
With this great staff and crowd. It's terrible a man almost died, but what a great place for it to happen for you because you had this talented staff to save your life.
Yeah, tomorrow before that Bengals-Cincinnati game, you just walk around, he takes a deep breath in, smells the air, and this is a great place to have cardiac arrest tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really feel like they're going to take care of me at this
And you know what you do? You basically, you commend your staff for doing such a thing, but to say you saved a man's life in front of the whole world, and if you're going to have a heart attack, what a great place to have it with such a talented staff. What an asshole thing to say.
He's a douche. Dumb old F-Fab. All right, let's get back to the death pool. All right, we just named Damar Hamlin for Kevin. Damar's only 24, and I think he's going to make it, buddy.
I think he's going to make it a long time.
I can't even do hearts. I'm so heartless, I can't make hearts. All right, next up, the old Fonz. He also had Henry Winkler. Third, he has Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton's only 41 years old. I haven't heard much from her in a long time.
But she's sitting there on $1 billion.
Yeah, I think she's fine.
She ain't going nowhere.
If I was going to pick out a Hilton, I would have probably went Perez Hilton.
Yeah.
Because he kind of disappeared from the public eye, and he was always kind of wacky anyways. Next up, old Donald J. Trump, another wishful thinking pick from Kevin. I don't think Trump's going to die anytime soon. I'm not even sure if he's real. He might be a fucking clone, as all the nerds say. Number 5, yay. Old Kanye.
He's missing right now, dude.
Yeah, Kanye.
Nobody knows where he is.
A couple people had Kanye.
He's nuts.
He's not together. He's not together.
And now nobody, including his fucking family or friends, knows where he is.
And you've now put a target on your back from, being anti-Semitic. Now, someone that's actually Semitic might kill you.
Yeah.
You never know. There's crazy Jews out there, too.
All the fucking time.
There's crazy people of every color, race, gender, whatever. Next up, Michael J. Fox, another person that believes old Mike's going to kick it this year at 61 years old. Number 7, Macaulay Culkin. Now, he usually makes our list every single year from
My
someone.
list.
Has he been on yours
He's
both
been on
years?
my list every fucking year.
You gave up on the Culks?
And
I
now
think the Culks is living.
Now I found out that he's in a great place mentally. He's healthy again. You have no chance there.
You had to get the Culk in the 20s and 30s, where he was like getting over his fame, realizing that he's never going to have that again and moving on. Now he's at 40s. He's found himself. He probably has 15 years of therapy in his pocket.
He's got a band.
He's going to make it. Next up, Dianne Feinstein. Now, she's a congressman or a senator or something like that, 89 years old, and looks dead already. Yeah. I don't understand how we let people that old in our Congress. What are you doing out there in California re-electing this bitch? Yeah. She's 89 years old. She could fall over at any time. There should be a cutoff. Fuck old people. Anyways, Sir Elton John at number 9.
Nah, he's not going to get AIDS. He's married to the same guy for 40 years.
I feel like you thought AIDS was the way he was going to go.
Well, no, but...
biased bitch.
Well, no, I'm linking him with Freddie Mercury. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yes,
crazy lifestyle.
I don't know if Elton John has a crazy lifestyle.
No, he doesn't.
He did, I think.
He's married to the same dude for 40 years.
Yeah, back in the day he did. Now I think he just goes out and has a nice meal every night, probably fucking rows and does some stupid exercises.
That's it.
Stays chubby but not fat,
right.
Shit like that.
No, I think he's safe.
Number 10, Jason Becker. I don't know who that is.
I've never heard of him.
I did look him up. It's definitely a famous person. Oh, no, wait a minute. I did look at him. Now I'm remembering. He's some kind of virtuoso guitar player, but also has ALS. Now,
okay.
I don't think he plays guitar anymore, but he did. He played with David Lee Roth. He was one of those like buckethead kind of guys. What I mean is they're famous for being really good, but they don't really ever play with anybody.
Yeah.
So that's who Jason Becker is. He is 53, has ALS, and that's Kevin has a young list, 58. There's only 2 people that were in the 50s of an average, and he was one of them. And that Becker might be a good pick. I don't know enough about him. I'm going to consider him a celebrity because he, people know him.
Well, we know,
I don't.
We know that ALS sucks. It's a bitch, and it'll take you.
Here's my definition, by the way, of the celebrities. People always ask, can I add Billy? Can I ask, people that we all know that maybe die sometime soon? Can I add fucking Hudson? No, these are real questions. Nathan asked it. That son of a bitch.
Can I add Hudson? You are no friend.
Yeah, but here is my rule on that. You got to have a wiki page. You got to have a Wikipedia page. If you got a Wikipedia page, you're a celebrity. If you don't got a Wikipedia page, I can't add you.
Nate wanted to add Matt.
I think he said me, too. He said me and Matt. Nathan's a horrible person. I don't know if you've ever picked up on that. All right. Next up is Alex.
Alex, who almost won this past year.
That one. That Alex. There he is.
And he almost won last year. He got the Pope. If the Pope was 1 year younger, he had a tie.
He was close. All right. Alex. All right, I got to find him now.
He's right there.
All right. He has Dick Cheney to start off. Last year I had Dick Cheney. Again, I don't know if Dick Cheney is really alive. He has a fake heart in him. He's technically just a zombie, I believe, but we still count him as alive. He's 81. Next up, he had Alan Alda.
Alan Alda's very sick.
Very sick, is he? He's also 86.
Yeah, Hawkeye is sick. He's got cancer. He had cancer when he was filming MASH. Way back. I found that out. They said he disappeared for a couple of weeks, came back. Turns out he was having chemotherapy and all that.
I'm going to shit the cancer out. I'm back to film this awful show.
And he's sick now. So
I hated MASH.
Did you?
Absolutely fucking hate MASH. So, whatever. Ayatollah Khomeini. I don't know who that is.
He was the old leader of
I think he's
Iran.
The current leader of Iran.
Ayatollah Khomeini was in charge when the fucking hostages were taken.
No, I think that guy has a different person, I think.
Khomeini?
I looked it up, and there's a real slight difference in spelling. I don't know how either of them are pronounced, but one of them's already dead. And then there's this one who's 83 years old, who I believe is in charge now.
Oh, okay.
Everything I said could be wrong. But either way, we do know that he's 83 and he's alive. And there was a similar name guy, and I think that was the guy you're talking about. And I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Well, you know what? Being a leader in a fucking crazy Middle Eastern country is probably not a real long lifestyle. He's a leader now. I mean, there's always a coup trying to kill you. There's always the Sunnis versus the Shiites. You know what I mean? Not a bad pick.
I don't know if that goes on in Iran as much. But either way, number 4, speaking of crazy Middle Eastern, Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik is 80 years old. Again, old wrestlers. 80's really old for a wrestler.
It is.
They usually don't last that long.
Yeah, the steroids usually get them.
Iron Sheik, well, maybe that's why he didn't, because Iron Sheik was a actual real athlete. He was, I believe, an Olympic wrestler for Iran. Or
a lot of real athletes take roids.
True, but I don't think he is. He was never like super built. He was just a big dude. Either way, he's a fucking lunatic. He's still lasting at 80. Next up, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Big man. You don't really see people who are 7 foot tall living that long, honestly.
And I'm telling you what, Kareem is a pretty fucking, he's still a health nut. He's fucking amazingly intelligent.
I think he had some bad cancer, though.
Did he?
Yeah, he's got over cancer a couple times, though. I don't think he still has it. But all right, Martina Navratilova, we got her again. Christina Applegate.
Boy, he's really going after the cancer theme.
Yeah.
She had a double mastectomy.
Who, Christina?
Yeah.
Well, she also has MS. She has multiple sclerosis, but that don't really kill you. That's one misconception about MS. There's a couple people on here that are in the past, too, that people have put on there. I have a friend that has MS.
My sister passed away from MS.
She didn't die from MS, though. That don't actually kill
you. But it caused something else.
Yeah, there can be complications later in life, but, MS by itself it sucks, but it doesn't kill you, per se.
It's debilitating, isn't it?
It's debilitating, yes. Next up, Shannon Doherty. We're hitting back to the cancer. I can't say her name.
Or for those of you that don't know, it's Doherty.
Yeah, because I can't say it.
Shannon Doherty.
And I don't really feel like I ever need to learn her name properly. She never did anything for me. I didn't watch that stupid fucking show, 90210. Is that what she was from?
90210.
There was 2 shows back in the day.
Mean Girls.
No, that wasn't. That was a movie. There was 2 shows back in the day that were real big.
Buffy the Vampire. No, she wasn't Buffy.
No, it was 90210. I'm not talking about her. She was on 90210, but there was another one that
Melrose
was
Place.
That's it. Those fucking shows were the same things to me, and they both sucked. I never watched any of them. Next up, Dick Vitale of college basketball fame. He's 83 years old. He is constantly fighting cancer also. He does have, I think, an all-cancer list almost.
He does.
And then Gary Busey. Who knows what Gary's up to these days? I don't think he's in movies anymore. He's nuts.
Well, no, he fell off a motorcycle and
he had a brain injury.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, but he's still out there. He's still being Gary Busey. I don't know if he's sick or not. Alex had the highest average age of 73. So Alex went with the oldies. That is typical his move.
Yeah.
But like you said, he almost won last year, so we can't say his move is wrong.
Nope.
There's some people that have never even got on the board yet.
I've had one.
Yeah, okay.
I got Rush Limbaugh once.
I don't think Harry... Yeah, I had him that year too. I don't think Harry Guy has been on the board, but here is his list. Harry Guy. He went with Cher right off the bat. Cher's 76. I believe he was one of 2 people that went with Cher. I don't know if she's sick or not. I don't know shit about Cher these days. Ronnie Coleman. He's a bodybuilder. 58. I didn't know him before he put bodybuilder. So Ronnie Coleman's this giant black dude. He was famous for being a bodybuilder for a long time.
The bodybuilder. Yeah. He was the Arnold of the 80s.
And he's 58, and he's still stacked, if I remember right.
Of course he is.
Yeah, some guy like that.
But those guys are all roid heads. It have to be. So it could mess with your liver, your kidneys. Yeah, not bad.
Martina, back in the list. Next up, The Undertaker. The Undertaker's only 57, and I just don't see it, man. He still shows up. He still looks rather healthy.
The Undertaker was never buffed. He was just huge.
Well, yeah, he's like 6'10" or something like that.
Yeah, what I'm saying
but
is...
he was never really ripped.
He didn't have the giant arms and blah, blah, blah.
He had decent-sized arms and a decent-sized chest, but he wasn't...
A roid head.
He wasn't like Hogan looking, you know what I mean? He wasn't giant.
He didn't look like fucking Ultimate Warrior or anything like that. He was just huge. Like fucking...
but huge isn't a good thing for your heart either. When
Kevin Nash.
Again, you don't see... Kevin Nash was actually a bodybuilder, so Kevin Nash came in pretty fucking stacked.
But he didn't end up that way. He just ended up big and square.
He's a big dude. Either way, I would have took Kevin Nash.
I love Kevin Nash. By the way, I love the guy.
He's kind of suicidal right now. They're watching out for him. Well, his son recently passed away, and and after his son passed away, he's having a hard time. He wrote that he worked his whole life so he'd have time to spend with his family when he got older. He finally retires, and now his son's dead. Probably because he got ignored his whole life. His son died from alcohol poisoning, was a huge alcoholic, and I think he's taking a lot out on him. He wasn't there for him to be a dad because he was constantly traveling and shit like that. So, not looking good right now for Kevin Nash. I've always liked Big Sexy too. All right, number 6, Bob Cousy. He's 94 years old.
NBA guys seem to live a long time.
Well, even if he dies, 6 points. Congratulations. Who cares?
Yeah.
7, Nikki Sixx. Nikki Sixx, man, this guy, he's lived through it all. He's the second member of Motley Crue on our death list so far. I think Nikki Sixx isn't going to die anytime soon.
No.
I think
he's still touring, right?
I think he missed his mark. That's another guy, like, he probably did die a couple times in the 80s, but, the 80s and 90s, but now he's cleaned up and everything. I don't think he's dying anytime soon.
What is that band that he has?
They're not good, so who knows?
Well, what do they call
I don't know.
I saw him open up for somebody.
Burt Bacharach.
Oh, he's an old piano player.
I know he is. He's 94 years old, though, so good luck. Number 9, Ryan Shazier. He got paralyzed, I guess, a few years back, right?
In our stadium.
Yeah, in our stadium, our cursed stadium, apparently. I'd like to point out it's not cursed for the Bengals. We haven't hurt ourselves.
No.
Pussies. But Ryan Shazier, he's 30 years old. He made the list.
I'm not seeing it.
Maybe Harry Guy has a good reason. I don't know what it is.
No,
Number 10,
Ryan Shazier's better now. He
seems fine.
Yeah.
Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah.
Anytime. Diddler in jail. We've been over Diddlers in jail. He's 78 years old. There could be many reasons why Jerry passes away, and fuck him, I hope he does. I don't root for a lot of these, but I ain't saying I don't root for any of them.
No, he's a diddler.
I root for Jerry Sandusky to die.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. All right. Scott Van Noft. Scott Van Noft's list starts off with, woo, Ric Flair. I hope you're wrong, buddy, but he doesn't ever look healthy.
He never looks healthy.
Ric Flair hasn't looked good in a long time. All right, next up, Joaquin Phoenix.
Nah, I think Joaquin's too crazy to die.
Is his brother River Phoenix?
Yes.
Okay, they are related. I was wondering that.
Now, Joaquin has done some crazy things with that Letterman shit when he grew that beard and became a rapper and all that stuff. It was all fucking publicity.
Yeah, it was all for a thing he was
bullshit.
doing. That didn't work out
He's
anyways.
still making movies. He's not old.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's healthy.
I mean, your chance. I don't know what Joaquin Phoenix's drug life is. If he has one? He seems like a guy that would take a drug or two, but I'm not sure. And I also don't know his mental health.
Well, you know what's funny is the whole Phoenix
off
family, and it's so funny that it happened to River Phoenix. The whole family is like apparently hippies, traveling hippies, and that's what they did their whole life. So he was probably introduced to weed and maybe LSD at a real young age. But he, except for the craziness that he did on purpose, I don't see it.
I'm looking at these candles right now, and it's kind of funny how some of them burn down really quick and some of them don't.
Like that one?
Yeah, like that one's almost gone. But then look over here. That one right next to your mic stand looks like it's barely been touched.
Because it's straight up. These were at an angle.
Ah, look at you, fucking candle expert.
It's all science.
All right. Jesus Christ. I didn't know I was working with a genius here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. I get thrown off every once in a while. All right, now we're back to his list. Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger's out there doing the fucking duck walk still. It'll be fun.
Anytime.
Bob Barker, you're going to get a point, buddy. Yeah, he's 99 years old.
His birthday's in the summer. He'll be 100, I think, in the summer.
Yeah, after the summer, you get negative points. All right. Michael J. Fox, of course. Charlie Sheen, of course. Selma Blair, that's another one we were talking about, the MS thing.
I love her.
Selma Blair is MS. That's another reason why she's been on people's death list the last couple years. I don't think she's going anywhere.
I think she's hot.
I did think she was hot. I don't know what she looks like nowadays.
Still hot.
Really?
Yeah. Long hair hot.
Melanie Griffith. I don't know.
She always seemed like a person who drank a couple bottles of wine every day, but I never took her as the drug type.
Yeah, I don't even remember her, honestly. I just remember the name.
Married to Don Johnson.
Don Johnson?
That was his wife.
Why was I think she was married to someone else?
No, she was married to Don Johnson.
I was going with Goldie Hawn.
Yeah,
was married to, what's his name?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. All right. Martina, back on the list. Sorry, babe. Peyton Hillis. This is a pretty dark pick, I thought. He was in the hospital on a fucking fibrillator when he wrote in, or whatever the fuck they call those things that keep you alive. Ventilator. But I believe he's out of the hospital now, and I think Peyton Hillis is going to make it. He saved his kids from fucking drowning. I can't believe you, Scott. You horrible person. Anyhow, Scott's average age was 64. That's the low average. Next up is the defending champion, Daddy White. All right. Daddy White, Dick Cheney. He's happy he got to pick him 2 years in a row. He's also the second person that got him. Ted Kaczynski, the old Unabomber. He's 80. He's probably in good health.
He's in the federal max prison, dude. He doesn't get around other inmates.
And we're talking about someone and he's not going to get depressed for being alone. The dude preferred to be alone. That was his whole thing.
Yeah, I think you're way off base there.
Yeah, I think Teddy's going to live. Bama Jerry has him just like I did, and he has the same reason, I'm sure. His second year in a row, he keeps on claiming he has to go to this lady's funeral if she dies because he knows a Filipino, but What's her name?
Imelda Marcos.
Imelda Marcos. I guess she was the old Filipino dictator's wife or some shit like that.
Ferdinand Marcos. But she was also the leader of the Philippines after he died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Either way, she's on his list 2 years in a row. She's 93. Tina Turner, we went over her. I hate to see her go, but it's her time to roll down the river. Tommy Chong. Tommy Chong
ain't dying. Cheech and Chong will never die.
Now, Chong's 84 years old.
I know.
That kind of surprised me. I didn't know he was that old. He survived cancer recently. I think he's the guy that he got like asshole cancer and rubbed a bunch of weed on it and went away. I think is what he claims. And
dude, the guy's been famous for smoking weed since he was 15.
But he got cancer and he literally like he used some kind of weed paste and rubbed it on where it was at and it went away, he claims. Who knows?
He's still around, man.
I'm just thinking about Tommy rubbing CBD on his butthole. All right, anyways, Donald Sutherland. Old as shit, 87. I guess he could go anytime.
He could, but I've never heard of any. I mean, Kiefer's healthy.
Yeah,
I mean the family they say is healthy.
Well, they're a lot younger, but all right. Sia, how do you say her name? Sia. I don't know who that is.
Or Sia.
I'm guessing it's a singer of some sort.
She's a singer that always covers her face with her hair.
Oh, is she gonna die?
She's young.
She's 47.
She's nuts. Anytime you see her. You don't see her face. Her hair's combed forward in front of her face.
Sarah Hyland from Modern Family. She's only 32 years old. If I remember right, she is sick with something. She has some kind of kidney or liver failure or some shit like that.
Anytime then.
But she's also a young, hot, rich girl, so I feel like she's just going to get a liver or a kidney off someone else and keep it going. All right. T-Boz, 52.
That's a bad pick.
I questioned him on this one.
First of all, when it's a famous band, like a famous band that was real successful, you always lose one. You never lose two. Lisa Lopez, Left Eye's already died.
Well, at first, this is why I questioned about this one, because I know she has sickle cell. And at first I thought, well, Paul just doesn't really understand what sickle cell is. You know what I mean? Because white people don't really get it. So a lot of people misunderstand the severity of that. It basically just means you're low in iron, and typically it's not going to kill you. No. You know, I mean, I guess it could if you really let it go out of the control, but you know,
it is weird to me.
Take some iron pills, take some other shit.
It 99% of the time affects only blacks.
That's a black disease. Yeah, my sister-in-law has it. But either way, it don't kill you. But
it's anemia. Is all it is.
Either way, he knew about sickle cell, and he knows. Apparently, she has some other shit.
Oh, well,
apparently she had some cancer. She had some, she's not in good health is what he claims.
But Left Eye already went. You don't usually lose two. The other
Who was the other one?
It was Left Eye Lopez, T-Boz, and...
I like the other one. I thought the other one was the hottest.
I thought Left Eye was the hottest.
Left Eye was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
She was just weird.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. His average age was 68, right around the middle. All right. Next up is our lowest age. The only one that was in the 40s. Keyshawn. Keyshawn's average age was 49 in this. And he starts off going crazy white, so you can tell. Kid Rock, 52 years old.
Kid Rock ain't gonna die.
Seems fine. Post Malone, 27.
He could. He's just
I think he does some drugs every once in a while and stuff. I don't know what Post Malone's up to.
And I hate to say it this way because I hate to generalize, but anytime when you have these rappers that are kind of in your face, blah blah blah, eventually some wannabe rapper from Atlanta shoots him or something.
Yeah, but I feel like Post Malone's not that guy.
No,
he seems like a happy-go-lucky.
But what? Just a few months ago, he fell through the fucking stage, almost fucking busted his ribs.
He's gonna overdose on Jägermeister.
Yeah, love him.
Next up, Steve-O. Steve-O could get ate by a fucking panther at any point. Who knows? He does stupid shit. So
he's off the drugs. He's off the booze.
Well, you don't have to worry about the overdosing or anything. No, but again, he does shit that could kill him.
Yeah.
So there's always that. Next up is Gunna. Now, you don't know.
Rapper Gunna?
Yeah, I don't know who Gunna is.
I
had to look it up. Well, apparently, recently, Gunna went to jail or some shit like that and then got out on a plea deal, and now everybody's saying he snitched people. So they're saying he could. Apparently, all of his rapper friends have all turned against him. Either just don't acknowledge him anymore or talk shit.
In that case, that's a great pick.
Yeah, it was a great pick, I thought too. Only 32 years old, or 29 years old, and apparently has the whole community pissed off, thinking he's a snitch. So, yeah, good luck, Gunna.
Hate the next one.
Next up is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's I
love Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he has seizures and shit all the time, but I mean, outside of that, I don't think he's in horrible health.
No, that's my dude. I love Lil Wayne.
But Lil
Always
Wayne,
have.
He's weird.
I like him because he's weird.
Second year in a row, this fella made our list, and I still don't know who the hell he is NBA Youngboy. I will vote for him having the worst rap name ever. NBA Youngboy is such a
there was that one that'll
name.
like never be broke or remember that one?
Yeah, that one was dumb too.
Yeah. And I think that's the worst name. Youngboy is 3. It's never be broke again.
Yeah, either way.
And then Ty Dolla Sign. That's a stupid name.
That is a dumb one. All right, NBA Youngboy is 23 years old, and I don't know anything about him. Next up, King Charles. He was on a couple people's list. You think this guy waited all this time to be king and he's just going to ball over?
Well, no one's going to get to him, so he's not going to get assassinated.
No one wants to get to him. No one gives a fuck about the king.
No. No, I think he's all right. I think he's got the best doctors on the planet.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to die.
Yeah, those monarchy guys, they always live for at least till their 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's only 74. He's on 2 people's list. Maybe he has some fucking shit wrong with him, and I don't know. But anyhow, Hunter Biden, number 8. Hunter's 52 years old.
If any of the stuff that he was accused of actually gets proven,
yeah,
I can see it one day.
Well, I'm more thinking, I mean, obviously in these videos and shit, he's doing coke. He's in his 50s. You reach a certain age where cocaine isn't for you anymore. And I think the 50s and 60s are that age. So, I mean, someone like that's fucking around with drugs, especially nowadays, fentanyl, everything else going around. There's a chance.
Yeah, but Hunter Biden's not getting the laced fentanyl one.
You wouldn't think?
No.
You wouldn't think?
I think he's getting it directly from El Chapo. He's saying, hey, buddy, I'm going to come by your cell and pick some up.
You got to remember, though, dude, Prince died of fentanyl overdose that he didn't know what was going on.
That's
so, I mean,
true.
if Prince is getting some bunk drugs, anybody can get bunk drugs.
That's a fact.
All right. Next up, Willie Nelson. He's on a few people's list. I hope he lives. Fuck all y'all. And then number 10, Charlie Sheen, an old favorite. Everybody thinks Charlie's going to die because he has the AIDS, but I think he's like Magic Johnson and has the cure, which is money. All right, our next list and our second female entry is Miss Kiffney, our newest pencil. Wish you well. Celine Dion, 54, second person that had Celine Dion.
I don't know. I know she looks unhealthy and stuff, but I've never heard of her having anything.
She has stiff person syndrome.
I never even fucking
Whatever the
heard
fuck
of that.
is. I think that shit's made up. I think only she has it. I think her doctor, she went to a quack doctor and he told her that and she's just telling everybody she has it and people think it's a real thing. I don't believe it. Stiff person syndrome. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Gary Busey. He's second on the list there. Third, this is a young lady that pops in 3 different people's lists, only 30 years old, Demi Lovato.
Horrible depression.
I think she's just a psycho, right?
Well, no, she's flirting with the trans thing. She's questioning, and from experience, I know that suicidal thoughts pop into your fucking head when you don't know who you are and whatever.
Yeah, I
and
understood.
she's got all kinds of depression issues.
She is, she's definitely a mental health entry on this list. And like I said, she's on 3 different people's lists. She's only 30 years old. That gets you 70 points. But Demi, I hope you pull through. I hope you feel like you want to have a dick or whatever you got going on in your life. I hope you figure it out. All right, Robert Duvall.
If he died, that would break my heart.
92 years old. I mean, this is one of those ones that he's going to die, and then as soon as he dies, someone's going to be like, fuck 2023. They took Duvall. He's 94. Shut up. He lived fine. He's did well for himself. He's made some of the best
movies ever.
Yeah, he did well for himself. Robert can go out feeling happy, all right? But he's 92. Kiffney thinks he's dying. Number 5. I don't know who this is. Cara Delevingne.
Ciara Delevingne?
This is Cara. Carla Delevingne.
I
had never heard of her. I did look her up. She is a real person that's famous for something. I just don't remember what it was.
Okay.
When I'm doing these, I'm looking all these ages up, and if I don't know who they are, I look to see who they are.
I wonder.
But I also have issues with remembering anything, so it probably goes in my head and out the other.
Well, while we're talking, I'm going to look it up because I've never even heard the name.
All right, you look it up. I'll go over these next 2 because they've already been listed. Kanye West. Bound to put a bullet in his head any fucking second. Who knows? And then Charles III, which is also King Charles. Another person that thinks the king's going to die this year. I don't know. I just don't know enough about the guy. And then we got Chong. We've already spoke about Chong, and we've already spoke about Michael J. Fox. Now, one thing she did do different, she put Cheech and Chong. She's reaching for both of them. And it kind of makes sense. If they're going to go out, why not go out together? Cheech and Chong always been a duo. You know what? I was surprised, though, when I did look this up, that Chong is 8 years older than Cheech. That's a significant age difference. Yeah. I didn't know that, especially since they met at a younger age. I just figured they were right around the same age. All right, you got Kara?
Yeah, she's a model, actress.
I did read about her. Apparently she's a nutcase
bisexual and
too.
pansexual.
Yeah, apparently she's real out there. She's been running away from these, they can't get a hold of her. She leaves these runways in the middle of it.
She spoke about her battle of depression, which started at 15 when she discovered her mother's drug addiction.
Yeah, I did look her up. Now I'm remembering after you said that. And I remember thinking it was a pretty good pick. A young lady that's absolutely out of her mind.
But no health issues.
No, she's right in there with Demi. You know, Tiffany took that mental health side on those two. You know, getting some 30-year-olds that are unsure if they want to be alive. And then right back into, did you say she was into the transgender shit too?
She's pansexual.
Pansexual? Yeah, whatever that means.
Means you
I think that means you'll fuck anything. I think all pansexual means is you'll do chicks with dicks.
You'll do anything.
Well, I know, but outside of...
You'll do men, you'll do women.
But that's
you'll
bi.
do chicks with dicks.
Yeah.
But she identifies as both.
I think the caveat is adding the chicks with dicks.
Or the guys that are transitioning to female.
Guys with the puss.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude puss. That's not butt puss. All right. Next up is lovely Sam out there. You guys know her from the show.
Wait, did we finish Tiffany's list?
Yeah, I did it while you were looking it up. There were a bunch of repeats at the end outside of Cheech. All right, Sam, she went with big old chicklet. Steve Harvey with those big old teeth.
Not a chance.
Who knows?
The dude hosts everything there is, and he's probably got billions of fucking dollars at this point.
Yeah, he could get those teeth stuck in an escalator, though, and get sucked up, then who knows? Next up's one of your faves, Rosie O'Donnell. I think she's living.
I don't know of her being unhealthy. She's just annoying and fucking.
Well, she's a fatty
bitch.
She was always a fatty, so I mean, fatties don't live forever.
Yeah, but she's not a giant fatty anymore.
You're right. I know that was my reasoning for picking Meatloaf last year, was that he was a fatty for a long time, and it's just you get a limited time to be a fatty. I should know. Next up, Ozzy. We have already talked about him. Dolly Parton.
Oh, that was
7 years old.
For some reason, in the last 10 years, Dolly Parton has become like the sweetheart of America.
Yeah, she has.
Again, and you know what? Rightly so. Apparently, that woman gives millions and millions.
Well, and she put her tits away.
Yeah.
She stopped. She was too old to be out there just shoving her tits in everyone's face. And when you put her tits away and just focused on her contributions to music and stuff, she's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
say what you want. I'm not into all her songs.
Apparently,
she's
she
a legend.
gives millions to different charities.
She seems to be a good person.
Yeah. And
she Miley's kind of helped her too, because she's Miley's godmother.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes hand in hand sometimes. All right, next up, Lil Wayne.
God,
I've been over Lil Wayne.
I love
Bruce Willis, another repeat. Wally Amos. Now, do you know who the fuck that is? No. I didn't either until I looked it up. That's the person that made Famous Amos cookies.
Oh, okay.
It's a black fella. He's older now, apparently out of his fucking mind. I think the Famous Amos...
dementia?
I think, yes. Dementia is exactly what he has. I think the Famous Amos cookies have been taken from him. There was some kind of dispute, or I don't remember the fucking details. I looked it up.
Good cookie.
It was his mama's cookie.
Was it?
Yeah, but either way... He has another cookie now. I forget what it's called, but I think they're kind of just using his name to do it, because I don't think Wally's there much anymore.
I got you.
All right. Next up, Michael J. Fox, then Dick Cheney. We've seen both of those. Number 10, old Machine Gun Kelly at 32. He's a fucking weirdo.
He's a nut job. And I'll tell you, the one thing that's going to get him, if Machine Gun Kelly goes, someone's going to kill him, because he has a big fucking mouth and he rips people apart all the fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah, if Machine Gun Kelly dies, he dies. Next up, there isn't a next up. But here's the thing. Sam threw in another one. And, I make these rules up as I go along. And I decided I'm counting it. And here's why I'm counting it. From now on, sorry you didn't get to do this year, fellas. Tough fucking luck, but I make the rules up as I go along. If you can throw in an extra one and name how they're going to get murdered or killed or how they died specifically, I'll count it. And she went Howard Baskin by tiger mutilation. So the chances of that happening are pretty small, but I'll give you that, Sam. If he dies, I'll give you some points. I ain't going to give you his age points.
But he has to get killed by a tiger.
You only get 10. You get 10 points regardless of their age.
But he has to get killed by a tiger.
Has to get killed by a tiger.
Okay.
All right. Howard Baskins. And remember that next year, guys. I'll point it out next year. The bonus one will be worth 10 points. You named them, and not only...
But you can't say
it can't be disease.
Cancer.
No, it can't be disease. It can't be like...
It's got to be a weird accident
Yeah. It can't be like the Tina Turner thing where I know she's all fucked up. Yeah, it has to be, a crazy accident.
Okay.
Elton John, piano falls on head.
Okay.
Something like that. And if that happens, you get 10 extra points. All right, now we're on to our next. We're on the Tiffany's husband, Jimmy. That's what I'm going to call him from now on, too, is Tiffany's husband.
Tiffany's husband?
Yeah, he's second best in the family.
All right. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Tiffany's husband has Shane McGowan from the Pogues, who is sick, apparently.
Yeah, he's sick.
I looked that up. I thought about it. Yeah, that's probably a good pick. Only 65 years old. Second person with Alan Alda, 14 points. Fuck MASH. Charlie Sheen, everybody has Charlie Sheen. Lindsay Lohan makes our first entry this year. She's usually a favorite of everyone. She was on my list first. And she is on two different people's lists this year.
She's a nut job.
I haven't heard about her in a long time, though.
No, because she became irrelevant. People got bored.
But she would be relevant if she does something stupid again. Like if you hear about her overdosing or you hear about her doing whatever, she's going to be back in the news.
Well, a lot of the focus went on to her dad when he got in all those legal troubles.
Oh, really?
Michael Lohan. Yeah, he's he's as crazy as she is.
Give me a little more red here because the candles are burning.
Lindsay Lohan, to me, is never, ever, ever a bad pick.
No, she could go anytime.
Keg, yeah.
I agree. Fifth, Michael J. Fox. We've been over him. He is the favorite on the list this year. Sixth, he also had Andy Taylor from Duran Duran. Seventh, Christopher Lloyd.
See, now he went back to the future mode. He took Marty and fucking Doc Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Doc Brown is old.
Doc Brown is old. He's 84. He's on two people's list. You know, the thing about Christopher Lloyd is when they made those movies in the 80s, he looks exactly the same.
Identical.
The dude has looked 65 for his whole life somehow.
So it's like bummer for you that you look so old, and hey, good for you that you still look the same age.
Yeah. Like he hasn't really aged. It's just like when he was 40, he looked 60, and now when he's 80, he looks 60. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but either way, Krista's out there. He's still kicking. Demi Lovato had been mentioned twice. The husband-wife pick. They both picked her. I don't think they consulted each other.
It's mental illness thing.
Yeah. Tim Curry. Tim Curry makes two people's list.
I like Tim Curry.
Tim Curry's been in a wheelchair for years.
Yeah.
He doesn't look healthy, but who does that's in a wheelchair?
You can't kill off Dr. Frankenfurter this year.
Again, he's in a wheelchair for what? He has something.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
Or did he just get hurt? I'm not sure. Either way, he's in a wheelchair, and no matter what, you don't look healthy in a wheelchair. So he might live another 10 years in that wheelchair. Who knows?
That's true.
And then Cher. He's the second person that had Cher.
He told me Cher was his prime pick.
Yeah, he was very proud of the Cher pick.
He thinks Cher is going.
I don't know why he's so... All right, this nenext one is from someone I have no fucking clue.
Hold on a second.
What?
I'm looking at Tim Curry here.
Yeah.
He's not in a wheelchair because he got hurt. He got paralyzed.
Yeah, that's hurt.
Yeah, but he's got one of those things that holds your head and shit too.
He's completely paralyzed. He's fucked. He's been fucked for a long time.
He had a stroke.
Strokey.
Yeah.
All right. I've had a couple of those. I'm not in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Brandon Thomas is who wrote this one in. I have no fucking clue who he is.
Don't know either.
But thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, being a fan.
Yeah,
love you.
Whitey Herzog. 91 years old.
You know what? Anytime that you're associated in any way, shape, or form with the St. Louis Cardinals, you can go. That's the way I look at it.
You know what? I'll also give Brandon Thompson, since I don't know. I'm going to give a little props here. There was only 3 people that wrote the ages of their people in, so I didn't have to do the research, and that was Daddy White, MCP, and Brandon Thompson. So thank you, guys. All right, Jimmy Swaggart. He's 87 years old. TV evangelist.
He's over the years, he's healed 10 million people with his hand.
Good for him.
He should be able to heal himself.
Dickie V again. We've already been over him. Dickie V's not in good health. He's old. Next up, Toby Keith. He spelled his name wrong, you fucking idiot.
He's got cancer.
Toby's got the cancer?
Toby's got cancer.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure what kind, but let me look it up. Toby does have cancer.
Look at me pretending like I care about Toby Keith. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, Chris Burke. For all of you that don't know who he is.
Oh, fucking Corky. He's going after a person with Downs.
People with Downs don't live forever, but no one lives forever. Corky's 57 and still kicking them.
Corky.
All right. Lori Beth Denberg. She's from All That. I don't know who the fuck that is, but I do know All That is a thing. She's 47. I don't know why Brandon thinks she's going to die, but good luck. Number 7. This is a guy that I'm going to tell you, Brandon, you're not. I know him personally. A few times I've met him anyways.
Stomach cancer, by the way.
Yasiel Puig. Oh, stomach cancer is not good. Yasiel Puig. He's only 32 years old. This guy is in the best shape of anyone I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
All right. He looks like a statue. He's perfect.
But in a 3-year period, he went from being one of the most sought after outfielders in the game to playing in a secondary league in Asia, including going to Mexican League for 1 year. His career just fell straight into dumper.
Well, because he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the bottom line. Yasiel was a lunatic.
Well, you can't strike out every 2 out of 3 times you come up to bat and expect to keep
had a
career.
massive arm, and he could hit the shit out of the ball for a little while, but he was a flash in the pan pretty much in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Either way, he always seems to be in a decent mood.
You know who would really be sad if Puig died?
Little
Gary
Nicky.
Kazel.
Oh,
Gary
okay.
Kazel.
Kazel, I was going to say Little Nick
Puig's his
Marchetti.
favorite.
All right, next up, the Great Khali, WWE. He's a giant. If you guys know anything about Ray, he's like 7'5" or something like that. Big Indian dude. I could see him dying just based on size alone. You know, those huge Andre the Giant types don't live forever. All right, J.B. Pritzker. He's the Illinois governor. I don't know who the fuck he is. Makes me think that Brandon's from Illinois and he wants him to die. So I don't know shit about him. And then, buddy, if this happens, I don't want you as a fan. If you somehow curse my boy Dave Attell, stop listening. All right? 58 years old.
I didn't say that. I want you to keep listening.
No, Dave Attell's a fucking hero of mine.
I said De Niro.
Yeah, but De Niro's old at least. Attell's only 58. He's been sober for years. He still smokes like a chimney, though. So who knows there? We're going to go see him, right? In April?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So fuck you. At least make him live till August. All right, next up is Shingo. Shingo's starting it off hot with Demi Lovato, only 30 years old. Then he's got Shannon
Doherty.
Yep. All right, next up is Bam Margera, then Dick Cheney. Now, all 4 of those have already been named, so I'm not going to go on. What I am going to go on, though, is his number 5 pick. And, buddy, listen, this has happened years before, and I said I was going to do this, but I didn't do it in the past. I'm doing it this year. All right. You are starting the year off at -1 because you picked a fella that died last year. Jeremiah Green is Modest Mouse drummer. Now, it was a close call, Shingo.
He died on
New Year's Eve.
And Shingo probably made the list like a week before, so...
No, he didn't. Shingo turned me into the list in like January something, so...
So he's already dead.
He was dead. He was like 2 weeks dead, when I went to look it up. I didn't know he died, to be fair. I didn't know he was sick, though. Apparently...
A lot of people don't know Modest Mouse.
Yeah, he had some cancer going on. He's dead. So, Shingo, you start off the year -1. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. I said that last year because I think Sebastian last year wrote someone that he was dead for like 12 years. So he would have been -12 last year, but I'm starting it this year. You're -1. All right, you guys name a dead person, you're losing points.
I went with Ronald Reagan.
I'll take Hitler. All right, Val Kilmer, 60.
Kilmer?
Whatever, dude.
I'm correcting your fucking Kilmore.
I can't pronounce people's names. 63 years old.
And in horrible shape.
Yeah,
guy's
like
a mess.
He's like missing his neck.
Yeah, he can't talk.
His head's laying on there.
The Top Gun Maverick thing was actually how he is in real life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not good.
Anyhow, there's 2 people that have him. Val's not looking good.
I wonder if let's say he dies. Mm-hmm. If he does die, I want Shingo to make a Facebook Live and say, "I'm your Huckleberry."
We're looking at you, Shingo. You better do that. And so whoever else had him too.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Nathan also had him. You guys can do it together. All right, number 7, Tekashi 69. For all of you guys who don't give a fuck, he's some rapper that has a bunch of face tattoos that pissed a bunch of people off. He's a snitch also. So he is probably going to get murdered at some point. It's just only a matter of time. Tim Curry. Now, Tekashi 69 is the perfect one for you to use for your bonus bet, by the way. Well, actually not, because he's 26-year-old, so you're 74 points. But That's the kind of thing. It's like a guy you know is probably going to get shot. So you put that at shot, you're good. All right, Tim Curry.
Love Tim Curry.
We've already talked about him. 76. Gunna. That's another person that had Gunna. The rapper, snitch, probably going to go. His number 10 is Jet Li. Jet Li is 59. Dude, have you seen Jet Li?
Oh, I know he's a fucking badass.
Oh, I mean, he was a badass. But current Jet Li does not look very good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, now, he has hyperthyroidism, which I don't think kills you per se. That's old school. Let me find a picture for you guys. He basically became like a monk.
Oh, my God. Is that him down?
Right here. That's Jet Li.
Yeah, but put the hair on him. He looks the same.
Does he? Those teeth are
now,
all...
that picture to the left on the bottom, that doesn't look the same.
There?
No, left.
Here?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same dude. That's Jet Li. He
became a monk.
He looks like a monk. I don't know if he actually is a monk, but either way, he definitely looks like a monk. He has hyperthyroidism, whatever that is. So maybe he will die. I don't know.
He's a badass.
Yeah, Jet Li live forever. That guy's the man. All right, Nathan, old doll hands is up. He starts off his list with Vince McMahon. Old Vinnie Mac is a wrestling fan. That might be wishful thinking. Vinnie Mac left WWE. It started getting stale. He left it, let Triple H take over. It started getting good again. Now he's coming back. He's probably going to fuck it up again because he's out of touch and old. Next up, Lindsay Lohan. Everybody knows Lindsay Lohan. Bruce Willis after that. Number 4, only one hit this year with this lady. She's usually on a few times. Miss Roseanne.
Because she's gotten healthier. She's lost a bunch of weight.
But she's another one of those mental health people.
Well, yeah,
she's a mental health person, but she's also in that Alec Baldwin thing where Roseanne thinks Roseanne's the shit. So Roseanne probably won't do anything. You know, she ain't.
Yeah,
it's not a suicide case.
What racist thing did she say to get kicked off her own show?
She said someone looked like a the Ape movie. It wasn't Planet of the Apes. Yeah, some Congress lady or something looked like a Planet of the Apes person. Huh. Basically said a black person looked like an ape.
Kicked off her own show.
To be fair, the lady kind of looked like a... I ain't saying all black people look like that. Not at all, but...
Hey, tune in next week, Shut Up Cincinnati, starring Chris T's alone.
I'd say to all of them, but
I know what you're saying.
We can have a serious discussion about Patrick Ewing, all right?
Yeah, but you can't say anything, though, because you're labeled.
I'm not labeled shit. Go fuck yourself. Label me whatever. All right, Val Kilmer. We've already talked about him. I said his name twice. Old DT, Mr. Donnie Trump. He's going to make it. Fuck all y'all.
Chuck Norris will never die.
Chuck Norris.
Never.
He'll beat death to death.
Yeah, he'll never die, ever.
Not a big deal. Wishful thinker here, Pete Rose. No one likes him. I mean, come on. He's a Cincinnati legend, but fuck Pete Rose. 81 years old. He looks older than 81, too. He's looking rough these days. Number 9, Josh Hamilton. He picks him every year.
And Josh Hamilton is a fucking nut job.
He's a crazy person. I know he got arrested last year or this year. Something about he beat his kid or some shit.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Josh Hamilton. He could die at any point. Who knows? Number 10, Chris Brown, another wishful thinker. The guy seems to be in excellent shape.
The guy's a dickhead. He's a wife beater. He beats up women. Fuck him.
I ain't saying I like him. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to die anytime soon.
No,
but I respect lists like that put people they just hate on there. Or people that they don't give a fuck if they died. Because
and Elijah Giggles has him on his badge. That's his favorite.
Yeah, going back, Shingo had an average age of 61 or 51, which was pretty young. That was the second lowest. I think picking out rappers helps. Brandon Thomas also had the average age of 62, and Nathan had the average age of 63. So that's where we're at on those.
You know what I find funny about our Death Pool show?
Yeah.
Is that Matt just can't bring himself to turn one in.
Nah, Matt's that old Jesus in him won't let him.
Ever since Matt, when I knew him, when I first met Matt, he's kind of a quiet guy, blah, blah, blah. And then, he started hanging out with a bunch of people that got him into drinking and partying, blah, blah, blah. Now he can be a real dick if he wants to be.
I got a feeling it was always in him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He has the ability to be a real asshole.
And don't get me wrong, I love that about him.
Me too.
That's the kind of people that I surround myself with, people that can be a dick. But to say, no, I just can't do the death pool, I don't get that. I mean, we're not wishing this upon people, and God will forgive you if one of them dies, unless you pulled the trigger.
All right. Last entry was entered last night by old Maddie Matson. Speaking about people that like chicks with dicks, I think Maddie will dig a chick with a dick. I'm not sure there. Anyways, his number 1 pick doesn't exist. It's not a real person, but I think I know what he was talking about.
Stick a P on the end and see.
Well, that's what I mean. But he wrote that. I just copied and pasted it. He wrote Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep is she's a porn actress that played all Meryl Streep's roles where she would get banged in the streets, apparently. But no,
apparently she's a very gifted porn actress.
I'm giving it to Maddie that he meant Streep, and I'm counting it as her. She's 73. She seems
pretty
fine.
much the greatest actress that ever walked the planet.
She's known as that. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not a judge of acting, but I never seen her roles and thought she was a bad actress, so I guess she is good. Next up, Tom Arnold.
Wouldn't it be great if Maddie and Nate got a point for the ex-couple, both going on the same time, Tom Arnold and Roseanne going?
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, go out together. Nice. Tom Arnold, he talks a lot. He's fidgety. He may or may not do cocaine. We're not sure, but I don't know. He's 63. I think he's going to make it. Barry Williams.
Greg Brady.
Greg Brady. He had a couple Bradys. Yeah, number 60. He's 68 years old. He thinks Greg Brady's going to go. John Goodman. Okay, I get you there. 70 years old, was fat forever.
Skinny now, though.
Yeah, but
he's not like Jonah, where he's yo-yoing.
Yeah, you're right. He's been skinny for a while. He was fat his whole life,
and now he got skinny, and he's staying skinny.
But you still got to pay the bill at some point or another. He's 70 years old.
But, I mean, who could forget him in The Big Lebowski, man? So, I mean...
John Goodman, a fucking legend, dude. Yeah, one of my all-time favorite dudes.
Yeah.
Like, John Goodman is the man. And from what I heard, John Goodman is fun. Like
he's got to be.
No, I mean, like, he's a hardcore beer drinker.
Really?
Like, he's the guy every time he shows up, he brings like a 30-pack and like passes them out and he gets shit canned. I forget, some comedian had a good story about him.
So 2 people from the Roseanne show that he put on there.
Yeah, what's he have against the Roseannes? Wait a minute, who else was it?
Tom Arnold.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was brought in for a little while as a side character. Old Doc got it again, Christopher Lloyd. Martin Sheen. We're going for a different Sheen. Well, I like that he went for an older Sheen. I think he's fine, right? But I mean,
think he's healthy.
But he's 82. His age, so, you never know. 82. Sylvester Stallone, those steroids got to catch up to you eventually.
He ain't never going to die. Hey, fuck you for putting me on your list. I ain't never going to die.
He's still out there making shows, being a tough guy.
You act like everybody owes you a living.
Yeah, he's got a brand new show on. Mm-hmm. There's not... Rocky's not dying.
I watched 10 minutes of it. It was all right, and then I fell asleep. So
hey, fuck you.
Marie McCormick.
Marsha Brady's
Brady.
She's a wild card, but she could go anytime. But do you know that back after the Brady Bunch was over, and this is really true because I read this big, long article on it, she literally sucked dick for drugs.
Who hasn't? All right. Danny DeVito, 78 years old. Fuck you. Danny lives forever.
Danny lives forever.
That's my dude. But then again, that's another guy that's been a fatty his whole life. I mean, granted, he's short and fat, but I mean, it's... I don't know.
But you know what?
Is he an actual midget or a dwarf? No. Is he neither of those?
I don't think so. I think
he's just a short person?
Yeah.
All right.
If you've ever in your whole life watched Always Sunny, you don't want him to die, ever.
No. Danny DeVito is a gift.
Look out, faggot!
That is hero or hate crime on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So you can know that Chris isn't just saying some off-the-wall shit. This is from a show. And it's one of the best Sunnies of all time. So if you've never watched, Sunny's one of those shows too. If you've never seen it, it's not like you have to start at any particular episode. You can start there and it's great.
And you can watch it. You can binge watch that and you will laugh your balls off the whole fucking time.
I agree. I love that show. But I don't want to hear people quote it constantly on cabin trips, Alex.
Yeah.
William Shatner, 91 years old.
There's no way he's going to die. He'll live forever.
All right. That's Maddie's, and that is all of our entrants. Maddie, 76 years old was his average. So
you know what? I've never in my life been a Trekkie, so that one wouldn't break my heart. He's 91, lived a good life.
Yeah, I don't care about William Shatner. I feel like he's made a whole career out of having a weird cadence. Like, I'm not...
Well, no, he made a career out of being Captain Kirk.
I guess. Yeah, that part of it, but who gives a shit? Was he a good actor? Like, I don't remember those being
acted
good.
Like this in every movie.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is our...
Someone's gonna die. Who will it be? We don't know, so we gotta keep score for a whole year, and then I hope you die, so I can win a cheap bottle of liquor and get real drunk.
And straight to... All right, name your prize.
Celebrity Death Pool 2020. All right, I got to name your price. It has to do with death. I was thinking about this one because I actually saw a similar story that really happened, but I'm going to present it to you guys, and you tell me what your price would be. Let's say you're following a serial killer, okay? You're watching the news. This guy's been on the run. He's a fucking, let's say this guy's a fucking racist. He fucking diddler. He's the worst of the worst human being that ever walked the earth, right? But over his years as being a drug mule and a drug runner, whatever, he got rich. Bottom line is this, and he's older now. So let's say he's done 40 years in jail, but he's the scum of the earth and the whole world hates him, okay? Let's say it's Hitler. Let's say it's a modern day Hitler.
Hitler.
And Hitler comes to you and says, hey, Jason, what's up, man? It's Adolf. This guy, whatever, let's say it's Hitler, okay? He needs a blood transfusion, and you're a match. You're the only match on the planet that can extend his life. Okay? I need 2 or 3 pints. Name your price.
So
You're going to be the guy who's going to be labeled as saving the fucking
I
most
saved
evil
Hitler.
human.
And let's change it completely too and say this is 1941.
Or let's just say Hitler's alive now.
But he's still doing shit.
Yeah, you're
I'm
the
not talking
only
about alive
person in
jail.
the world.
I mean, you gotta make the caveat that if I didn't save him, all those Jews wouldn't die. You know, so we're talking about 1938, 1937, or something like that. Like, if I would have just said "fuck you," you died, I could have saved the whole Holocaust.
All right, let's just say let's do it the different way. The whole Holocaust is one thing. There'd be billions. Vladimir Putin calls you,
Okay,
and he says you're the only blood match on the planet that'll save me.
all right.
Or Kim Jong-un, either one of those.
You know, I'm not
guys.
a big fan of that Zelensky guy. I find him to be kind of annoying. So maybe I'd want to help Putin, you know, but no, I get what you're saying. I'm going to help a horrible person live forever and be
The most
known,
evil person.
and be known as the person that makes, that's a lot of money, dude, because that's a lot of guilt.
All you have to do is a couple pints of blood. But the whole, every news channel in the world is covering it. They know you are the only donor that's going to save this man's life.
Yeah.
You got the religious crazy zealots coming out going, it doesn't matter, he's a person, you got to save him. So you'd have the Westboro Baptist on your side, but that'd be about it.
All right, 66,600,000.
66 million
600,000
to give blood.
to save the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
And be known as the guy that's responsible for him being alive and continuing on evil.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm thinking more Hitler than Putin because Putin's a piece of shit, but I don't think he has Hitler level of piece of shitness.
Yeah, he's not. He's not even close.
So yeah, I'm going to get more there. Yeah, dude, I gotta be beyond fuck you rich.
Yeah.
All right, like
you got to be able to disappear.
exactly. And 10 million's not going to do that.
No.
You know, 10 million. There's where you can be rich as fuck, but not like rich as fuck where I don't have to deal with anything ever.
Yeah.
And that's what I would need in order to be that person.
Yeah. See, I thought this
And
was a good one.
I feel it's evil, so I got to go with the 666.
It is.
You know.
Oh, that's what you went with.
Well, yeah, 66,600,000. 666 and then a bunch of zeros.
All right. Well, I see. I'm going. I didn't go as high. I went 10 million. That was my number.
Okay. See,
that I
10
came
million
up
I don't
with.
think's enough because, you're rich.
At my age, it is. I mean, I'm older than you. I'm 15 years older than you.
But disappear? And you're going to want to bring your family.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? Like,
my ex-wife wouldn't let me bring the kids. I only have to.
if I got 66 million, I could be pretty convincing. I'll bring her. You know, like,
But the thing
when
about
I
it
mean
is-
the family, I mean everybody. Whoa, everybody I ever want to see again in my life or I have to deal with. We're all going to Belize or some shit like that.
Because, well, but the thing about it is, they know of this guy in Belize. I mean, where are you going to go? The whole world knows. You just saved the devil. You just saved the Antichrist.
Some people care more than others. Maybe get where he's at. You know?
No, but he don't want nothing to do with you after he
set
saved
up
you.
set up a castle right that looks over the Holocaust or looks over one of those camps.
Maybe
How awful would that be?
maybe remodel a gas chamber because
Like all those sweet Indian guys that build those skyscrapers that look over the fucking slums.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So fucked up.
I'm going 10 million.
What's your view? Oh, that kid fighting a dog over a rat. Like that's my view.
Look, that lady just emptied her toilet onto the street. I'm going 10 million.
All right.
Because it's a lot of money, and bottom line is, 10 million. Even if I was to get killed over it, would be pretty comfortable for my kids. Now, I would hope that my kids wouldn't.
Comfortable, sure, but they have to be put up the rest of their life knowing that everybody's gonna be like, your dad saved Hitler. Like,
Yeah,
your
but-
dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but nobody. Yeah, your dad's a piece of shit, but they don't go after everybody.
No, but I'm sure Charles Manson's kid didn't live well. You know
Charles
what I mean?
Manson's
Like,
kid disowned him.
well, yeah. Well, he disowned it for the most part. Charles Manson's kid's mom was also part of the cult too.
Yeah,
so
she was too.
He was double fucked.
She's the one that tried to kill Reagan.
Was she the Squeaky?
Or
Is it
Squeaky Fromm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is our that's our death pool episode.
She didn't do it very well. You got to fuck you.
She
No
used
fuck
a
you.
flare gun.
We ending.
She used a flare gun.
She used a flare gun?
It was a flare gun.
What a dumb cunt.
Yeah, it wasn't a real gun. It was a flare gun.
All right. That's Deathpool. We'll update you through the year as these go on and on. I hope everyone lives and it's a 0-0 tie. Nah. I hope whoever picks Sandusky wins. All right. I hope Sandusky gets he gets a broomstick shoved up his ass so far that it comes out his mouth and he dies. And Hairy Guy gets the 25 points and no one else dies. And Hairy Guy doesn't drink, so we just keep his bottle and split it between the two of us.
Oh, and wait a second. By the way, Squeaky Fromm didn't go after.
Oh, was it another one?
It was Gerald Ford.
Ah, okay. Well, who went after Reagan?
She's the one that shot Gerald Ford.
One of them went after Reagan, too.
Yeah, someone went after Reagan, but got his Minister of Defense or something like that, Brady. He
shot
the
Brady
instead.
That's where the Brady bill and all that other
but
shit
Squeaky
comes from.
Fromm went after Gerald Ford.
Ah, well, they're all fucking crazy and kind of cool at the same time. You know, go figure. All right, until next week, guys, that is the show. Write us at shutupcincinnati@gmail.com if you guys ever have any questions. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. God damn, man, we're picking up a little bit on there, but we get, fuck you. If you watch every week and don't subscribe, man, I hope you get an ear infection. All right, nothing too bad. Just
No, UTI.
UTI. Yeah, I hope it burns.
Those
when
are
you
worse.
pee.
They hurt.
I hope it burns when you pee. Until next week, go fuck yourself, though.
See ya.
Or don't. I don't really care.
Celebrity Death Pool.
2023.
Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.